Yo.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can. Nice and
What's
clear,
up?
too. Nothing much. I'm just chilling. I woke up kind of stupid late. It was like cold and rainy, and I was warm. And I was just like, no, I never want to wake up.
Oh, bro, it was like I woke up at like 6 in the morning actually,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't cold and raining, and I actually like went outside for a walk, and it was like fine. And then I fell asleep and woke up like an hour ago, and it was raining, and I was so confused. I was like,
Dude, lucky you.
did I sleep like the entire day? It's just like raining
You
all
got some
day.
time in the sunshine. But yeah, no, the dark raininess makes it way easier to sleep in, I think.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
But okay, so I know you, but maybe you could do a quick intro for the chat. Just
Oh yeah, what's up? My name, my tag is Sicko. I've been playing for about 4 years. I started with Pikachu. I play Fox now, and I'm like in
SoCal.
SoCal. Yeah, I'm in SoCal, and that's about it. I'm an okay player.
Nice. Okay. Well, so what are we going to be going over today?
Fox did it.
Fox Dittos? Okay.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I've been like the thing about this matchup is I used to be like really bad at it, and then I talked to Geo and Gooms about it a lot, and like my biggest problem was really like just not using the right move. like
Okay,
like
yeah.
I wasn't using like the right like combo openers basically. So
Mm-hmm.
after like talking to Noel, I'm kind of just focusing on trying to hit like my running shines and drill grabs and up tilts and up airs, up smashes. Like doing stuff that's gonna give me like the most net positive like in opening.
Mm-hmm.
Um but one thing I was talking to Gooms about like just about my gameplay was he was saying that like I have this tendency where I like have like the right read on the person, I guess, but I won't exactly like commit to it, and I'll just end up like doing something in neutral that's like kind of just okay, rather than
Mm-hmm.
doing something like really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was something like he noticed a lot when he was
Mm-hmm.
watching, but other than that, I'm kind of just focusing on trying to land like my punishes and stuff,
Okay.
and using like the right openers in neutral, and just
Okay.
when I get them, you know.
So like when you're playing like a Fox Ditto, is there like a specific feeling that kind of comes up? Like are you like, oh, this keeps happening, or like it really feels this way?
You know, what I have been noticing is that when they just start running at me,
Mm-hmm.
like brainlessly, like it's scary. Like that's what it's like harder for me
Okay.
to deal with
Yeah,
now. Like,
like the rush
'cause
down.
when they kind of like just wait and kind of allow me to like do baits and stuff like that, I can kind of figure out like what they're gonna bite at, like what they're gonna like want to go in. 'Cause like they're
Mm-hmm.
looking for an opening just like me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like, oh, if I do this drill here, maybe they'll try to run in with the grab, and then I can do something with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the times when I get like overwhelmed is when they I don't expect them to like do like a good thing per se. They kind of just like run in and with a run shine, and like I just get hit by it, you know, like
Right.
I'm just like not ready, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, my initial guess is that you are probably not full hopping enough because full hop is
Mm.
like the main thing in this matchup that allows you to kind of mitigate the chaos. Like dash back and full hop are like the perfect combo.
Mm.
So, all right, but let's take a look and see.
I'm red.
You're red,
I'm
right?
red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm curious what happened here. Was this just like did you aerial too early?
I yeah, I think
That would have been my
I probably tried to go for like a drill here and
Well, it
just
just seems like you like the animation didn't start. So I was wondering if you drilled like before jumping, so maybe it just
yeah.
didn't come out. Because this was definitely a punish on your end to hit this drill.
Mhm.
As long as the drill was the intention there, you're good. Oh, great drill there. Holy moly. As like a general rule, try to get rid of this jab. Um,
Yeah.
because
I think like. Oh, you can go ahead. Sorry.
No, just that basically like the jab is good. Like wave dash, like wave shine jab is good. But the problem is that like at a certain level of play, it becomes like a really like a crutch, like a really insane crutch where it's just like people basically, and I was like this at some point in the past too, where like basically every time you wave shine, you just kind of jab on like reflex because it works so well. And
Mm.
so if you're gonna do this jab, you can actually do it. Like if they're gonna miss this tech, you can jab on reaction to the miss tech. You don't need to just do wave dash auto jab, and you really should be focusing on like the wave shine into like tech chasing off of shine, because that's where
Yeah,
you're gonna
and
get
like
like
run
the
up crouch
real
and
big
everything like that.
openings. But then like
Mm.
even if you decide to do the wave dash jab, you can react to the miss tech with it.
Yeah,
So it's not, you should
yeah.
just you should never be doing this automatic one. So this is like something you for sure need to get rid of, because basically by not doing this, you practice the tech chase here, and the like wave shine
Y-
tech chase is like
mm.
one of Fox's most common and also kind of like complicated, difficult things to do.
Mm.
So like by doing the wave dash jab, you just take away practice time from that very important shine tech chase type of thing. And so
Yeah.
that's another reason why not to do the jab. But
Mm.
okay. Good full hop. I like that a lot. Good up air. Mm, okay.
Oh.
So I kind of prefer an up air here
Mhm.
because, so basically, I feel like Fox would never hold out here because if you just back air him, he might die like mad early. So I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
like every Fox main is going to be survival DIing here. And if you up air here and they survival DI, you get another up air. Like if you up air on this side of Fox, so that if he's DIing this way, he'll kind of go up here. You just get to full hop up air and then full hop double jump up air, and you'll, or back air. Like you get like another hit here. So going for the up air here a lot of times is better, as long as you hit it with like this side of the up air. Because if
I
you hit
see.
with this side of the up air, he's just gonna fly over here, and you're not gonna get a combo because he's gonna be survival DIing. Something small. The back air's not horrible though. Definitely like the second best option here. Okay, gotta be able to shield this on reaction. Like
Yeah,
shield.
one thing I'm very bad at in the Fox City is covering side B. Like even versus Falco. Like I've been trying to get
Well,
better at
well,
like
wait.
either.
Versus Falco and versus Fox are not the same at all in any way.
Okay. I was just saying that just to say like
Well, I mean, but you're saying
uh
even versus Falco,
that
but it's like the
Falco's
other
like way
way.
better.
Falco's is
Yeah.
like impossible to edgeguard, and
Yeah,
Fox's
yeah,
is
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, then I think my problem is you know how you said like shield that on like you should be able to shield this
Uh
is
huh.
like I think I'm trying to like be able to throw out a back air and also like punish the landing of it when I should just do one or the other. Like where
Yeah, so like
you know what I mean? Like
it's
I
kind
should
of
like
like,
if I'm gonna just commit to one thing basically. Like if I know he's gonna be on stage, like just shield this and then wave dash, grab
yeah,
him.
it was
Yeah.
basically like a situation where like this was actually a difficult side B to cover because you were right here. But like you know that after this back air lag, they're probably gonna try to like snipe you. That's just like a really common thing, and so that's why I probably would have shielded that. But it was a difficult side B to react to in general. Make sure you ledge dash every time.
Yeah. In this session they were looking a little dry for practicing that.
Jab is bad.
Yeah. I think
Oh wow, crazy. Man, this is the most ambiguous thing ever. Um, I have no idea what to say here, actually. This is a super ambiguous spot. This up throw was probably correct, I guess. Um, it's just this really weird up throw, back throw position, and I don't really know. I think this was fine, and you could have probably just hit the tech chase. Oh, wow. Okay. there's that same situation again where you do the back air. You can just like hold shield after this because you're not gonna get anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse jab, okay.
Because like even if he gets the short, and I'm not gonna be able to intercept.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get to edge anyway.
Yeah.
So at least as far as in that position, okay. Yep, there's the jab. See, this what this is doing is this is just making it so you never get to practice wave shine tech chase, which is like huge. It's kind of like, you know, like a Sheik or like a Falcon. Like after every down throw, they just make a read and they never get to practice this super important thing.
Yeah. Because I've been over like the crouch tech chase with you and stuff, and now that you're bringing up all these instances, I definitely like. Because I try to practice it like on my own, but if I'm not doing it in matches, like you're definitely right. Like it's never gonna be 100% what it could be.
Nice, that was a good combo. When you're at the edge here, just back throw usually, like here. So like if you had been able to get like a shield grab or like a turnaround grab here, like let's say like you landed and then you just did like turnaround grab, so you had this space to dash. Then you can always up throw here because if they DI away, you can still get like dash full hop aerial. But if you end up in this position where you missed your JC grab, I mean it would have happened with a JC grab too, but you like grab them at the very end of the platform, they're inevitably gonna be DIing forward like to the left here. And if you do a back throw, you get like a combo out of it. You usually get like an up smash or something. And then you get like a 50-50 with up throw here. That's pretty much just it. If you're Moki, you down throw here and then tech chase on the side plat, but I'm not going to tell you to do that. And yeah, you tried to cover it with the dash back, dash in aerial, which honestly is like a pretty good idea. It's just you don't have enough time, and that's kind of like why you need to grab not at the edge here. Okay. Shine and a shield needs to be a little bit more autopilot. Oh, yeah. Like, wow. Come on, Slippy. Okay. So, like, for instance, like right here, like out of here, even though it'll send him to the ledge, you got it. This needs to just happen, like, automatically. Like, this needs to happen without you even processing it. Like, they just hit your shield and your brain shines at a shield. Like, it needs to be to the point where, like, there are like, spots in the game where, like, you shouldn't shine out a shield, and you should do other things, and you should have to, like, actively unwire the habit to shine out a shield every time.
Well, like, it's funny you say that. It's like, because for a while, it was only shine out of shield, and then for a while, it was only aerial out of shield, and now I'm in, like, that analysis paralysis where I'm like, which one do I do? So like, that's like where I'm at right now. And what I'm realizing more and more is that, especially versus Fox, I pretty much just need to shine out shield. Like,
yeah, against Fox, it's just always shine out shield. He's too fast. He's too fast. That's all it is. Stop jabbing, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Tired of these. These are horrible.
Yeah. Snare him, please.
Okay, that was fine. So, oh wow. So the full hop is something like I said, kind of underutilizing because like, so let's say you're in a spot like this, even dash dance situation, right? And you both make a decision at the same time. If one person does let's say there's 3 types of options. There's full hop, short hop, and grounded, just as like a general thing. And if you make a choice that is short hop or grounded, it loses to full hop. It's kind of like an RPS, but like rock, like rock beats the other 2 options.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of situations like this versus Marth. So makes sense. Like where he has one thing that beats 2 of your things. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, in this case, like the full hop beats all of the other things pretty much. And so there's 2 ways to punish a full hop. The first one is you hard read their timing. For instance, he's full hopping up here, and you already full hop nared, and you're like waiting up here, and he kind of jumps into it, or you kind of fall onto him. That's kind of the one way to counter it. But like a hard read on both the fact that it's gonna be a full hop and the timing of the full hop is mad hard. So most of the time you're not gonna get punished out of the air for doing it. The only other way you can get punished is if you full hop and you do like, let's say you do an early aerial, or you do like a drill or something here, but basically you have a very predictable drift pattern and they're able to grab you or drill you on your landing. Those are kind of like the only two ways that your full hop can get punished. Whereas like the number of ways your short hop or your grounded move can get punished are like massive. You know, grounded can lose to grounded, grounded can lose to short hop, grounded can lose to full hop. They can all lose, like short hop can lose to all three also. The only thing that beats them is full hop. And so full hop is kind of like the thing in this matchup. Like my little like mind-blowing, not really mind-blowing, but like the thing that I tell people that's kind of wacky that'll hopefully like stick with people because it's a shock is full hop in the Fox Ditto is debatably, probably better than it is in the Falco Fox or Fox Falco. And so like everyone plays the Falco matchup by just constantly full hopping, just over and over. They just full hop, full hop, full hop, and it's like, well, why do you full hop? And it's like, well, if he does a short hop approach, my full hop destroys it. But then they play against Fox, and for some reason this entirely goes out the window, even though it beats all the same options. And in fact, it's more effective against Fox because he doesn't have a laser. So like because of this decision making where like you go for, so it happens again, like the same situation happens again here where you kind of do the same thing at the same time, but he goes for a full hop and you go for a short hop, so your option will always lose. And he could have landed on you, like reacted with a drift and gotten a drill and gotten a kill and won the stock here. Just because you made like an approaching short hop read and he did a full hop. And so like you don't really want to be making this decision where like they full hop and you short hop here, which is a lot of times why it kind of becomes like a dash dance full hop battle where the short hop aerial and like the grounded moves are more of like kind of like the sauce, like a little like extra mix up here or there because like you've been doing nothing but full hopping. So the full hop is just crazy important. Okay. Yeah, like this full hop was good. This backflip was good because, like, what's he gonna, like, he doesn't have a punish. Notice that he just stays over there. So there's no reason not to kind of, you know, do a little bit more of that. But then you short hop in and he full hops. If he had full hopped straight up, you would have died for that short hop. And notice this, he does the short hop option here, and you just go for a grounded option. And if he had full hopped, you would have just whiffed this and he would have hit you.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of comes up over and over and over again. Like, oh, you could have just full hopped and avoided this. Oh, you could have full hopped and avoided this. Not necessarily even in this video, just in the matchup.
Oh yeah.
That's just like how it is. This okay. So look, this is the only time you can get hit out of the full hop. So notice, like, look at this. He's doing the full hops, and you can't do anything about it. So watch, full hop, full hop. He full hops right here. Are you like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna punish this? No, you're like, man, there's not really a punish. If I rise, he can always do like a back air or something. And it's hard to dash dance grab here. He could land with a back air. He can still double jump away. He can still wave land to the platform. The number of options here, kind of crazy. So you go for this, which is actually a pretty good solution. Which is like, you full hop after they full hop. Because then you're kind of full hopping on them, which was good. So you missed your drift, but keep this situation in mind because this is kind of like a good way to deal with the full hops. So yeah, this is like he wasn't reacting to you doing the full hop. This was just purely like he had already decided to do this dash full hop nair, and that's kind of when it'll hit this. But thankfully, you know, like, I don't know, getting like up smashed near the ground or like drilled is so many times worse than getting like naired out of the air mad high like this, because Fox can't really punish off of it. Like, yeah, you had bad DI, so you died, but you were also like over 100. If you survival DI'd that, he wouldn't have even been able to get like a follow-up.
Yeah. I could even like fall to ledge probably.
And then like stuff like this is like that move choice thing you were talking about, where like they're at like 3%. Like you're not gonna get like a zero death out of a nair. You want shine, drill, grab, up
Yeah.
air, up smash. You want the big combo moves. This move just shouldn't even be happening. It's just like a completely worthless nair, pretty much. Like you don't get anything out of it. Um, see what happens here. Yeah, this drill's fine. This drill's fine. Okay. Okay, get red. Dash dance. Up smash text it. Okay. Um. Yeah, definitely the ledge dashes need work.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
been working on those.
yeah, like they're definitely like you're definitely not ledge dashing enough, and it's making a lot of spots awkward that don't need to be. And this game is just funny because like there might be a situation you struggle with for like a year, and then you work on your ledge dash a little bit more, and the situation just doesn't even exist anymore. And that's just how like a lot of stuff in this game is, where it's like, man, this situation is so dumb, and you spend all this time on it, and you keep struggling, and then you realize there was some other thing in the game you could have done to just avoid that situation, and you kind of realize that like the reason it felt bad is because it was like a consequence for some other earlier mistake. And so that's kind of this issue of like you kind of do this thing where you love double jump drill, and then you do shine wave dash shine or shine wave dash jab, and it's like that's kind of just this weird bad habit. But
Yeah,
like
it's not actually good at all.
but
It's
like
just
you don't really need to worry too much about it, because it like I don't need to be like, oh, you shouldn't
oh
do
yeah,
wave
because like
shine
once I'm
jab,
able to
because
ledge dash,
once you can
it's
do the
gonna
nice
be
ledge
ledge
dash here,
dash.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Like you're just chilling. So
No, no, that's why like okay, like this is why I'm weird in melee because like if I get a new controller, the ledge dashes are just gonna be shit for like a while until I just finally like grind them out for a week straight, then they're fine again. So, like now they're being on the brink of like being good again, and
no, it is
yeah,
always kind of
like
like a frustrating journey. Like
yeah,
with if you don't have like a goom wave, it's still
it's
kind
kind
of
of like
frustrating with a goom wave.
and
But
like how I like and like what's really annoying is like all these situations are coming up with these ledge dashes, and it's kind of reminding me of like this shine at a shield thing where it's like, damn, like I used to be able to just hit this like for free, and now I'm just not, so I just need to do it, you know, like just being lazy, basically.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a difficult game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the new GameCube controllers coming out will like fix the whole potentiometer degradation thing. We'll see.
Yeah, Gooms was seeing the better ledge dashes.
Hmm.
Oh, nothing. I was just looking at the chat.
No.
Good.
Okay. So you really, I don't know. I don't even understand what this was. It looked like you just missed your dash dance, but I'm not seeing enough dash dancing in general. So it just looks like my impression is that you kind of see a situation and you're like, well, I could dash dance here, but it wouldn't really change anything. I'm kind of just wasting time by dash dancing, so I should probably just like interact. That's like the vibe I get from watching, and I feel like it's just you kind of got to understand like the idea of like baiting a little bit more, and like the reason why the dash dancing is important is to like, you know, in case they throw something out. So just kind of like, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with this nair. I've just been kind of noticing it. So like this nair, where you just kind of like did it because he was close. Like you kind of messed up your input, like right here. So you mess up your dash dance input right there, and you kind of get in this spot. But like, I just want your reflexes to tell you to dash here. Honestly, dash in or dash back are both good there, because Fox is so fast that you're basically just super mixing up the position you're in on the screen. They can't react to you dashing in from that range, whereas like kind of just throwing out a move is very like, it's almost like you feel like you're like trapped, like, oh, I have to fight, and it's like, no, you don't. It's like a ditto, you know, like if he is 2 feet next to you, to the right of you, and you dash left, he can't ever catch you because he can't dash left and catch you because you're the same speed.
You're the same speed, yeah. Yeah.
So this is kind of what I mean, where like you'll dash dance, but it's only in these little bursts. Like you'll like dash in, dash back, dash in, and then you just down air for like no reason. Like they didn't give you a reason to down air here. You didn't bait anything. You just did 1, 2, 3 down air, and that is just like, it's not gonna have like consistency, and you got put in a bad spot, and you might actually just die from it. Okay, you didn't die from it, but you probably should have. And like right here, I would love to see like a lot of dash dancing in this position, and like the walling here isn't bad, but but the dash dances create the threats of like, what if I dash in aerial? Because like look at his movement. He knows you're walling. He's just kind of jumping up and down like you are. Look, whoop, whoop, and then he runs in and gets hit. And it's like he doesn't. It's just like awkward that he can kind of get away with that because you're not like threatening anything with the dash dances. Oh, crazy up air. And then, like, yeah, okay, this is another example of, like, right here. Right here. Remember, if he dashes back here, the nair won't hit him. So this is, like this isn't... So basically for every other matchup except for Falcon, and maybe Marth in this position because of his weird hurt boxes, like, there's just this, like, lazy fox brain that's like... Man, my character is so fast. I already got in mad close. I'm just going to nair in, and they'll dash back, and my nair will hit them. And it's just, like, not a real thing in the Ditto. Like, against Falco here, yeah, sure. Like, if you read that I'm not going to instant aerial you nair here is great. But against Fox, like, he can just leave. He could full hop here, and his full hop would go over your short hop aerial, and then he'd hit you. So it's like, you either want to do, like, a full hop here, you want to do like a dash dance mix-up where you either dash in, dash back. You want to do something. But just like landing, recognizing his position, and then instantly doing this nair, you're basically like... It's kind of the same thing as the shine thing. Where like there's this whole situation that you need to practice playing out using full hops and dashes. Whereas like, what if I ended up in a slight advantage close range scramble in the Ditto? And it's like, if instead of trying to play it out like by like observing your opponent, dashing, full hopping, if you're just committing instantly and throwing out this move, like you're like... So one thing I kind of tell people is that, like, you know, the longer a neutral situation goes for, the more room for an outplay there is, because the more time you can spend conditioning your opponent, the more time you can spend learning their habits, the more time you can spend communicating. You know, someone who like, the more time you give someone to communicate, the longer they can, like, the more thoroughly they can give an argument for something. And that's basically the idea, is that, like, if all of your interactions are like dash nair, dash in, dash back, dash in, down air, like, you're not giving yourself a lot of room to kind of outplay people. Either they get hit by your sort of guess of dash in nair, or they don't. And so you're creating sort of like a situation here where, like, you can't learn and get better because you're not allowing yourself to practice, because every time you have an opportunity to practice, you're just trying to hit them with like a random left right attack. Does that make sense?
Definitely makes sense, yes.
Okay.
Like, and I think that's something that's what I was talking about earlier, that I think like the situation Gooms was talking about.
Wait, that's something that what? Sorry.
That was like kind of the same sort of situation that Gooms was describing me about, like, where I'm kind of just autopiloting doing these things, and it's not the correct thing in like that specific scenario, and there could just be way more potential. Like just playing the other mix-up, basically, you know.
But I don't want
And
you to think of it as just choosing a mix-up. Like, I want you to try to outplay.
No, 100 exactly.
Okay.
So it's
Making sure.
So like, for example, instead of doing, the default jab when I do that shine, it's like on the mistech, it's a reaction where it's like, okay, you have to crouch there, and then you go for the crouch tech chase. Whereas like, if if they actually do tech, then it kind of becomes a scenario that we just watched, where it's like instead of running up and doing that nair that I instantly do, if I know that I'm late, then it's like, okay, now I can either dash, I can full jump, and it's just recognizing the situation better. Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think like kind of one of the main things is like, so I've already mentioned two of those situations, which is like when you're on the ground, you'll oftentimes either do approaching aerial or like 1, 2, 3 aerial and not really think too hard about it. And I think you kind of need to fix that. And then there's the other thing with what was the first one we talked about, where you were kind of doing something.
Well, it was
It
the
was
up
the tech
thrust and
chase
also
on the
the jab.
shine, yeah.
Yeah, the
And
tech.
so it's like it's kind of the same thing. Is like there are probably more of those in your play that like we won't be able to get to within just the one lesson that are like hidden in there. And I think that like you that should be like your general like regardless of what other stuff we find with the rest of the lesson, that should be like your general perspective going forward is like how can I turn this situation more into an outplay rather than like kind of just going for like I mean I understand the game is fast, but it almost looks like you're kind of going for options to give yourself time to think. You're like, well, if I just make a choice for the next 3 seconds that I'll do this sequence, then I can kind of have time to process the game happening. And so like that's just the impression I get from watching. And I think that like so I also like I basically think be careful about trying to fix all of this at once. That you don't get kind of like overwhelmed by it too much. I think that like you can kind of do it against like maybe worse players to kind of practice it because it'll slow down your processing quite a bit. And it's sort of like if you take on too many burdens at once with it, your processing will just get stupid slow and you won't be able to do anything in the game. So you have to kind of take on like an appropriate amount of processing that you need to do of like, oh, okay, let's make sure to dash dance more and let's make sure to do the wave shine jab thing. And then like there's going to be other spots that it comes up in, but just don't overload yourself. Try to fix them one at a time because like let's say like somebody who's like really good at doing this, like Billy Bo Peep. Billy is really, really good at wave shine and crouch tech chase. He's like one of the best at it. And like with like Billy or somebody who's practiced it a lot, when he does the wave shine, it's the exact same feeling you get when you wave shine jab. Where
It's just like the default.
yeah, like his brain just does it. Like when he just hits you
Yeah.
with the wave shine, he's already crouching there. And so like that is kind of like what you want. And so it's less about like playing the game with this big brain thinking mentality and more about like programming your brain to like choose better options thoughtlessly. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I definitely have been looking into the subconscious mind and stuff. Like definitely like I know what you mean about just trying to do too many things because your brain's gonna be like too active. You'll just be in analysis paralysis, and you'll just mess up the simple things if you do that. Yeah,
Exactly. So that's why I
definitely.
think try to fix things like it is like a general issue. It's a general problem with the way you kind of play the game currently,
Hmm.
but you want to fix it through like specific fixes rather than trying to just sit down and be like I'm going to play in a way that this problem is now fixed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cuz it's yeah, so just one more thing. It's more cuz it's less about it's not really about like the mindset you're in while you're playing and more the mindset you're in while you're building your habits. Because like you shouldn't be playing like I said with trying to big brain in tournament or whatever, but when you're practicing you need it to do it. There's that jab again. There's also like some stuff you can do like I noticed that you kind of have some issues with this position. Right here, where you're trying to dash dance punish like their down air or their whatever. I've seen this a couple times. And obviously, like, dash dance grabbing this is kind of inconsistent. And dash dance drilling it is also a little inconsistent. And so I feel like you end up in kind of this awkward spot here where you don't really know, like, you don't want to get hit by it, but you definitely want to whiff punish it. And so you can kind of do these things that are like, the main one that I want to talk about is basically like landing punishes by like, so it's kind of like there's like true whiff punish, right? Where you turn this drill into like a direct win. But think about other situations in the game where, like, let's say someone full hops above you and then you jump up to hit them and they double jump away. You like kind of successfully like reactively punish, not a whiff punish, but it's like a reactive punish to their jump by jumping, which made them double jump. And so even though you didn't actually hit them, you created an advantageous position. So you kind of did hit them, but in like positionally.
Yeah.
Or position wise. And so this situation, what you can actually do here is you can do a thing where right after they land, or like they're about to land, like let's say right here, you can full hop above them. And so the nice thing about the full hop is you don't need to have this like frame tight, perfect precision on like a grab or something like that. You can just kind of full hop, you can adjust your drift while they're landing. And a lot of times you can get a thing where basically what you want is their perception is that they are going to land and then either shine, spot dodge, or up tilt, you trying to dash in and hit them. But instead of dashing in to hit them, you do dash in, and then they're like up tilt, and you like full hop over it and hit them or something like that. And then you get to mix that up with just dashing in and then doing a dash back. So like right when he lands, you just do dash in, and then you get to mix up full hop here or dash in, dash back, and you can kind of pressure the landing without like going for a hard whiff punish. So the way I describe it is like Fox does a dumb full hop, or like, yeah, so Fox does a dumb full hop and I can't punish it. I decide not to punish it. So the neutral continues. He does another dumb full hop. I also can't punish that. He does another dumb full hop, but this time I can kind of get like a positional advantage out of it. So this time I go for the positional advantage. But let's say that he aerials here, I full hop here, and then he dashes back. So I just have to double jump waveland off the top plat or drift back. And so even though he did a dumb full hop and I was able to get an advantageous position, he can still read me and escape. And then so it'll be like, and then he does another dumb full hop, and another one. And then finally he does the dumbest full hop in human history, where he like full hop nairs like this across the whole stage.
You're like me in tournament,
yeah. It's all of us in tournament. He does the dumbest full hop nair in history right here, and then you just like up smash him out of it or something, and then you kill him. And so people have kind of like I've just noticed a lot of people have this issue that like, if I was good, every time my opponent aerialed, I would simply whiff punish them. And it's just kind of like an ignorant, like, scrubby way to look at it, because, like, hey, like, you don't get punished for every aerial. Like, it's just weird that people feel like that, where, like, they'll do, like, fade back down airs all day. But then, like, as their opponent does anything, and they're like, I should have been able to whiff punish that. And it's like, we can literally go frame by frame and tell you that, like, because you are human biologically, you can't whiff punish that. Like, it's literally not a possible thing. And so, like, I think that people sort of just get in that bad mentality that, like, everything is whiff punishable if I'm good, and it's just completely wrong, and no top player plays like that. So you need to just be down with creating advantageous situations, slight advantageous, not massive advantage, slight advantageous situations on your opponent's lag, like their landings, on they waveland to a platform and you can kind of put yourself, like, just using their lag frames and their commitments to give you slight advantages to play off of, even if those advantages don't guarantee something. I don't know. It's just crazy to me how.
And then, I mean, I know what you mean, like, kind of what you mean, because then, like, even those small advantages, because it plays so fast, like, one situation is going to lead into a new one, where, one micro, like, dispositional advantage could just win you the next interaction, because the person doesn't recognize the situation or
exactly
something like that, so it's like, you get, like, it's just, like, when you watch two top players that are, like, really playing well, it's like, you give one of them an inch, so you're going to take a mile. That's pretty much how it works, it's like, it's not about, like, good players do all the really specific stuff really well, like, all the small stuff really well. So
true. Yeah. No, that's definitely true. Yeah, so yeah, basically the idea of, like, being down with tiny advantages that might help you out rather than trying to go for the super big advantage, which is secretly a gamble.
Yeah. Especially in Ditto, yeah.
Yeah, especially. Yeah, okay. So, let's see, get back. Honestly, I want you to not up tilt very much like this.
Yeah.
So, there's two good types of Fox up tilts. Only two. The first one is on reaction. Like, let's say they're coming down on you with a drill from way up high and they have no double jump, but they just, like, drop with a drill like that, and you just get underneath them and up tilt. That's one good type of up tilt. The second good type of up tilt is a wave dash up tilt. And that's because you move very quickly into an up tilt. And especially if you do wave dash turnaround up tilt, because if, like, let's say you do dash away, wave dash back, your opponent is definitely going to be like, yeah, you're going to up tilt me. But let's say you do wave dash forward, turnaround up tilt, they're a lot of times not going to expect the up tilt. So basically, up tilt is good when they're falling on you and it's reacting, or when you just did, like, a movement. Like, you moved into an up tilt. But kind of just standing in place and up tilting, it gives away control of the game. Because you are not actionable. Your opponent is still actionable. If they don't immediately get hit by this up tilt, like, let's say you're playing, let's say you're playing me in the Fox Ditto, and I'm in the corner, and you do this up tilt, and it's last stock game 5 in tournament, I'm going to grab you. I'm going to back throw you. And you're probably going to die. Probably going to run off shine back air and then jump off and shine you. And it's like, do you really want to risk that? That's why you kind of have to do, like, short hop aerials here and move and be dynamic. Because if you just sit in place and you throw out grounded moves, you're giving your opponent, like, what's easier to get around? A moving target or a rock? It's like, it's a lot easier to move around the rock that's just kind of sitting in place than, like, something that's actually, like, moving. So, like, by just sort of sitting there in a stationary position throwing out grounded moves, you, like, so it's kind of like, think about it, where, like, Fox is stupid fast, and that's why he's so good, right? But if you stand in place and use a grounded move, none of that speed is relevant. Fox might as well be Kirby, where Kirby stands there and does his up tilt. Like, slight hitbox difference. But if Kirby had Fox's up tilt hitbox, you would basically just be Kirby. Like, you're a bottom tier. Like, you're Bowser sitting in place doing a jab or something. Like, it's the same idea that, like, all of this speed that you have is not part of the situation. And this is similar to what I tell a lot of Falco mains, because a lot of Falcos have trouble with this. That, like, if you can't describe the situation, or sorry, like, when you describe the situation, if you don't use the word laser when talking about the situation, like, oh, I lasered and they dashed back out of my laser and I did X, and then that, like, made you win the situation, then you're playing laserless Falco. Like, if there was no mention of a laser, because what people do is they do, like, laser, and then they do dash dance, wave dash back, dash dance, dash and down air, like it's Falco. And it's like, hey, that laser that you shot 5 seconds ago was not affecting the situation at all. And so that's kind of the same thing as this. Whereas, like, if you sit there up tilting in place, all of the super speed that Fox has is completely irrelevant. The shine is irrelevant. The speed is irrelevant. None of that is relevant when you're up tilting. So you have to look at it very isolated in that sense of like, how strong is my character right now? And Fox up tilting in that position is very weak compared to how strong Fox usually is. Hey, tech chase, good job. This is kind of that same thing with like the dash dance, where like I really would have liked to see you dash dance there rather than like the instant nair in. Okay, at least you went for the ledge dash, although you started jabbing. Jab is so much worse than you think.
Yeah.
And so here, look at this, look at this. This is the other thing. So this is that thing, same thing coming up. So you drop with, so already dropping with this back air is bad, but it's like dropping right here. Like he's just like, this is just like greedy, but like this is also like, I would probably do this. Like I would just be dumb and drop off and come on, give me my revenge and back air here. So I'm not going to get after you too much for that. But right here, so first of all, the jab, you know, the jab, not great. Jab grab is like, it's okay. Jab grab is that thing where like you spend 5 years practicing everything but jab grab, and then the final moment in tournament, jab grab saves you. But like you don't want jab grab to be like your standard. Kind of like the wave shine jab, where it's like you want it to be like your secret cheese that you add in like years down the line, and not like the way you learn the game.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so let's check this out. So you do this dash dance. And so look at your opponent. This is a much better dash dance by your opponent. Or like situation. What your opponent does, dash back, in, full hop, fade back, double jump. Totally safe. This is like exactly how I would have done this situation. But from your
You're
end...
a big fan, you know?
Huh?
The guy I'm playing is a big fan. It makes sense.
But then... when you do this, look at this. Back, in, dash tag. Like, you just kind of, like, went for it, you know? So, this is the type of, like, you want to be observing and going for these safe type of options. Okay. Oh, can't believe you recovered that. Okay. Looks like you missed the crouch tech chase here. Because this should definitely be like a crouch dash back.
I definitely went for it.
You wave dash back.
Yeah. Which I know why that's really bad.
Definitely.
Slower.
Okay. Let's see. We have 13 minutes remaining for game 2. Although I feel like we pretty much know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your opponent kind of does it also here. I just want you to... what I'm going to do these last 10 minutes are just going to be me going through being like, look, there it is again. Look, there it is again. Unless something new comes up. Because look at this. Back, in, random drill. Like, literally no observation or thought or full hops or platform movement or anything. So, big weakness here. And it's really funny that your opponent does exactly dash back in, down air also, but just like theirs hits you. It's like, okay. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Like, it's just every time. Like, I'm realizing you've never, like, done an, like, observational dash dance in your whole life. Like, I feel like when you do this dash dance here, you need to be looking at your opponent. And it's not like you need to react to Fox, like, starting up a move. But a lot of times you can definitely react to, like, him crossing a line, like a vertical line here, and if he crosses this barrier, then your behavior changes or stuff like that. Because look at this, so you do back, in, full hop nair, like he's across. This is that nair. This is that nair we talked about earlier. I was like, no, dude, like it's not gonna. It's somehow it hits. And it's like, dude, come on, dude, you did it again. Wait a minute, what? I'm mad. Wait a second. dash away, wave dash in, dash back, in, nair, dash away, wave dash back, away, in, nair. Okay, you didn't do the exact same thing, but it's roughly the exact same thing. Like, I can understand getting lazy. I can understand your brain kind of turning off while you're playing sometimes, but like this is super unacceptable. Like you really don't want to be doing this. Like your first nair was awful, somehow barely hit, and then you just rolled away and did the exact same thing. You need to be dash dancing, looking for full hop drills and all that kind of stuff, you know? It's like you've kind of forgot the game plan, it seems like.
I
And
I think
you're
that's
really
my biggest.
fixated on wave dash back in
I
up
think
tilt all of a sudden.
my biggest problem right now is I've like forgotten the grasp of a lot of game plans and a lot of matchups recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's just because like for a while I was fixated a lot on having the right game plans, and then I was kind of just like, oh, I know them, and then they weren't reinforced like enough, like
Mm-hmm.
correctly, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just like I'm pressing buttons again. So
Yeah, you have to be a lot
definitely
more
need it.
focused on that game plan and like
Mhm.
watching your opponent.
Yeah, no, it's not even just in this matchup too. It's
Mm-hmm. I would
a lot, a
imagine. I would
lot.
imagine,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just in general.
Ooh, crazy ledge dashes all of a sudden.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I've just been practicing.
Ooh, scary. Okay. Nice. Nice. Good read. That's
The
yeah.
jab, dude, I hate it.
Yeah, it's ledge dash jab. Ledge dash jab is actually I've never even thought of that. Like you didn't even do the shine, you just ledge dash jab. It was almost like you're so used to doing like double jump aerial shine wave like wave shine jab here that you just like did this like ledge dash and then your brain was like we must have already done the rest of it jab and it's like no. Yeah, so these like lazy patterns are definitely the biggest thing.
That's yeah. I think the problem with my gameplay is like for a
Jab.
stock to a stock and a half, it could look like relatively okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
the rest, it's like super lazy.
And then so much of it is just like choose a random number of left rights and then jump
Yeah.
in. And it's like the thing is like the left right jump in thing is legit only in scrambles. Like in scrambles, that's what you want to do. In scrambles, you just pick an option and you do it. But that's only when you're already mad close. And you kind of are treating like neutral from across the stage the same way as a scramble. So yeah, look at this. Here we go. Here's the
Yeah.
pattern. Guess the fox. Guess the fox. Who is it? He takes a hit, jabs once, then dash dances twice and full hop nairs. Is it Mango? No, just kidding. Yeah, the jabs and the dash dance twice into full hops are. It's almost looking like it's like your main plan at this point. And it's funny because you're still like beating this person. It's like okay, so you do 1, 2, nair, jab. So this jab. Okay. This jab was not as quite as bad as all the other jabs, but it's still bad. Like, just stop jabbing.
I don't.
Because the thing is
I'm
like,
actually just like so confused that I jab so much. Actually,
you're
like why I
allowed to
moved the
jab
jab
when
one
Fox is
like
130 or over, roughly. So the reason why this jab's not that bad is because if he dashes in here and you hit him with this, a lot of times you can get the up smash like you did. The downside of this jab is if he happens to dash shield here, you might die at 0. That's the downside. Not the worst jab in the world, but also kind of done with the same intent as all the other bad jabs, so. Dash dance. Oh. Okay, at least you full hop there. That was good. Okay, you're observing a little bit more on those dash dances. Bad back air. Like, just remember that the threat of this back air basically means Fox won't try to come in here. And if you're really scared he's coming in, then double jump to the platform here. Just the drifting back air there is not very strong. Okay, just kind of getting random text guild on. None of this really matters. I can see you like, I'm gonna do it. I understand so much how that feels. Stupid ledge dashes. Yeah, I think like don't like try not to see the interactions as like so forced. You know, it really feels like there's never like a break in the interaction. Like there's never like a 3-second pause. If there's a 3-second pause, it's like you'll just die. Like if anytime there's like a pause that's more than like a quarter second, you just do dash dance and dive in, and it's just like you're just kind of like underselling your capabilities. You know, like it's like anyone, like you could teach a dog to play melee and it could do dash dance nair, you know, like that's not what makes someone win at the game. Like what's gonna make you win is by like truly like outplaying people using the character and like watching them and like understanding their habits and choosing good options and stuff like that, which I know you know. I just want to kind of like say like I know you can do it, you just kind of have to change that perspective a little bit and focus on like, you know, what can I personally do to like outplay these people rather than kind of like wanting Fox to do it for me.
Yeah. No, it's. I feel like a lot of like a lesson is a lot of the stuff that you kind of get told is stuff you kind of already know or know you should be doing, and you kind of just need that reinforcement. Just you know how to
Right.
learn
Yeah, like
and
kind of creating like a certain platform of like, okay, we're gonna work on this. This is the thing. Give you some structure and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then there's obviously there's a couple other things that just blow your mind. Like I'm gonna be real, like the stuff about the full hop and just thinking about my game plan versus Falco, and just how it can be used in the Ditto. I was like, I feel like I was doing the opposite of that and trying to just be really, really grounded, and not even try like just think that it sucks or whatever. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just easy in this game to get on the wrong track. So that's what lessons are for. We're gonna set you on the good path again. Hopefully, see some big improvement out of this. And yeah, sounds good. I'll talk to you later, man.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate
Great.
it.
See ya.
And
I'll send you the payment stuff.
yeah, I got you on that.
And do you have any like final questions or anything like that? Like any last thing that's on your mind about the lesson?
Okay, yeah. One general thing about Fox's full hop is okay. Actually, never mind. Let me just to make sure I'm like thinking of the right thing. It's like I tend to feel like, especially versus Falco, I don't really want to be full hopping towards him a lot of the time, and I kind of want to just be holding my ground. Like, and when I say towards him, I mean like into him. If I'm like going like over him, like that's fine. But I just mean like kind of aggressively using full hop in a way, like unless you have like a positional advantage. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like
yeah, okay, so just
sentry,
to say it really quick.
yeah.
You can aggressively full hop against both Fox and Falco, but you can't just full hop from across the stage directly onto their head.
Yeah.
You have to do something like you're right in front of them and you full hop cross up and then they dash back into your cross up drill. That type of thing. That's kind of what you need. Like you kind of need to read like where they're going to go and then drill there. You can't just like drill where somebody is because it'll take too long for your full hop drill to reach them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you later then.
See you soon, man. Have fun
Peace.
over you go. Oh wait, if someone give me a ride, please give you a ride. Thank you.
Yeah, I need to find my ride too.
Alright,
All
have a good one,
right.
man.
Peace.